of Michigan State University, Dr. Loretta K. Simon. Doctor, good morning. Thank you.
Good morning to both of you.
Thank you. That's a wonderful program you have here. You look at a lot of political leaders, past and present in our state, they've gone through this program.
They have indeed, and it really has strong bipartisan support. It wouldn't be successful without the support of both parties over a long period of time, and these fundraisers reflect that in the spirit of Michigan.
Well, you look at what's going on in Washington right now, there's a few politicians that could probably use this program.
That or they need a refresher course, I'm not sure.
You have a DVD set that you can send them and you know, that to the whole MSU political leadership program. What do they do involved?
Well, I think that the idea is that at some point in time, the extremes have to be able to moderate towards something that's a workable platform moving forward. And as we were talking before the program, to listen to our international visitors, our international students think about America, because they never imagined we would be in this position. Because they see us as a very idealistic but yet pragmatic democracy.
Yet we as Americans feel just the opposite.
Well, it's hard for all of us, I think, to, in a soundbite world, be able to look at the longer picture. And what MPLP does is try to get people thinking about issues, learning about one another, and thinking in a longer frame that we have to do incrementally, but trying to agree on a broader vision.
Do you think we could blame some of the media for this? Well,
I think it's harder to have every moment of your decision dissected. And I think that becomes very, very difficult in making, and these are very complex and difficult decisions. These are not easy decisions to make.
Doctor, I remember like it was yesterday when I was dropped off at Abbott Hall and saw my parents pull away and had that strange pang of what have I just gotten myself into. When that happened to you at MSU, did you ever imagine that you would become a doctor or the president of the university?
Well, I came as a graduate student, so I never imagined staying.
You just can't leave.
Well, things have happened positively, and I really have a fundamental passion for class place, be very international, and still have a set of middle-class students from Michigan who are going to be the next leaders of this state, this world, is really exciting to me.
And your presence in downtown Grand Rapids, the medical school has been open now for a few years. That's great to see.
It's a terrific partnership with the community, and we have yet to, we have some things yet to do as we try to figure out what to do with the press property and continue to try to work with our partners to grow the number of faculty in West Michigan. I actually had an MSU alum in a visit to Arizona who has a medical company who's interested in coming to Grand Rapids in part because of the role the medical school is playing here.
I was going to ask you about the press building that's sitting there empty right now.
The educational aspects of the program are well cared for in the Secchi building, and we see it as a way to expand research space, both in the context of traditional laboratory space, but in translational research space that would be so important for the community. Ideally, it could also be a set of partnerships with companies that want to have a sort of a research arm as they think about their next stages in the biomedical field.
And outside of that, what's the future? What's next for Michigan State University?
Well, we want to remain a top 100 place in the world for Michigan's middle class kids, and we also want to remain one of the top 50 values for Kiplinger. And along with that, we want to make sure that when your daughter has children, and she's going to feel the same way about Michigan State that you do.
Now that you brought that up, I'm just wondering, she's on the waiting list if, you've had a little influence. I can give you my card.
I have very little influence on admission because you're one of many. It's one of those things where people, our application pool is strong.
And that's good.
And it's good because we have a unique application. And you know how hard it is to get kids to fill out applications. And there's something called a common application that most big institutions use. And all you have to do is fill out one and you just check boxes about the institutions you're interested in. And we use a separate application so to make sure, given the demand, that we treat kids fairly. So we're a little bit slower in making admissions decisions this year because our classes have been over projected the last couple of years. So, but there's still some admission opportunities available.
You know what baffles me? Steve's daughter is brilliant. She's on a waiting list, and Steve had no problem getting the classes.
It was a different time in the 80s.
Well, you know, Michigan State's quality has enhanced because Gary was there, and now we're reaping the benefits of that.
Well, I know you have to get to the breakfast before we let you go. Little basketball game coming up Sunday.
Yeah.
What's with Izzo? How's he doing? Is he holding up okay? Because last couple of games, I mean, he's...
Well, I think he's ready to compete, and he's excited about competing. I think if you talk to Izzo at the beginning of the year with this team, you have to remember that we were unranked, and we were not even predicted to be in the top half of the Big Ten. So depending on when you catch Tom, he is either depressed significantly or recognizes that we're doing much better than he planned.
Well, we're looking for a big game coming up on Sunday.
It's going to be exciting.
It is.
Great for the state.
Dr. Simon, thank you for joining us here on West Michigan.